Hey, let's talk about closure. The magical emotional receipt people chase after breakups, failed friendship, and ghosted text threads that never got a goodbye. We all say we want it, but is closure real? Or is it just an expensive conversation with someone who already emotionally unsubscribed? Because here's the thing. Closure is one of those concepts that sounds logical, but in real life, it's messy, it's overrated, and half the time it ends with you saying, I shouldn't have texted them. So let's unpack this. What even is closure? Closure is the emotional full stop. The I just want to understand what happened moment. The debrief after the heartbreak. The exit interview for the relationship. We want someone to sit us down calmly and clearly say why I hurt you. Yes, what it meant. Yes, how to let go. But the reality is, closure is rarely mutual. It is usually one person needing answers and the other person just trying to avoid eye contact in the target parking lot. Now, why do we crave closure? We crave closure because the brain hates loose ends, I think. We want logic for our pain. A story we can file away, like, yes, that's why my heart imploded in June. It's not just about healing, it's about control. If we understand the ending, we can protect ourselves next time, right? Right. Spoiler, not always. Sometimes people ghost you not because you did something wrong, but because they lack the emotional vocabulary to say goodbye. And no amount of explanation will change that. And that's a fact. Closure as an expensive conversation. Now, here's where the comedy kicks in. Sometimes, closure isn't a conversation. It's a performance. You rehearse it. You think, I just want to talk and clear the air. But what you actually mean is, I want them to say they regret losing me. And when they don't, now you have wasted gas, makeup, dignity, and possible therapy co-payments, all for someone who still calls you by the wrong nickname. So yes, closure can be expensive. Not just emotionally, but in time, pride, energy, and Uber receipts. Now, when closure goes wrong, ever gotten closure and felt worse? That's because sometimes closure is really just a second heartbreak. You go in for the peace and walk out with fresh trauma. Why? Because you weren't looking for closure. You were looking for validation. You wanted them to say you were good enough. I messed up. I wish I stayed. But people rarely say those things because the truth is messy. And most people don't even understand their own behavior, let alone explain it to you in a healing TED Talk. Now, there's real closure and fake closure. Now, we can assess the issue and look at real closure versus fake closure. Let's break this down. Real closure sounds like, this ended, it hurt, but I can move forward without needing more from them. They never apologized, but I forgive for me, not for them. It didn't work out. That's all the explanation I need. Now, the fake closure sounds like, maybe if I talk to them one more time, let me send this 3-paragraph text to finally make them see my worth. I will just check their page one more time to confirm I am over it. Fake closure keeps you spinning. Real closure sets you free and often comes without the other person's participation. Now, closure isn't a door they close, it's one you walk through. Here's the twist. Closure doesn't usually come in a neat conversation. It comes when you stop asking for it. It's the quiet moment when you delete the thread, not out of anger, but out of peace. When you stop rereading the past, hoping it will rewrite itself. You don't need to hear, I am sorry. You just need to hear, you deserve better. You already know that. I know you already know that. Closure is when you accept that you may never get what you wanted, and you grow anyway. That's the real plot twist. So what do you do instead? You close the chapter without burning the book. You take what you learned and leave what broke you. You realize that healing isn't about understanding them. It's about rebuilding you. Sometimes you don't need closure. You just need distance, discipline, and better friends. Let that sink in. Is closure real? Yes, but not in the way you think. It's not found in text, cause or closure candidates is found in letting go of the idea that you need closure to move on. Because the truth is, if someone really cared, they wouldn't have left confusion behind in the first place. So maybe closure isn't something they give you. Maybe it's something you choose quietly, bravely, and without applause. Now, I say this to say that closure isn't a conversation. It's a decision, and you don't need their permission to heal. Now, if you're enjoying this content, like and subscribe to my channel. I appreciate you. Thank you.